Hi, welcome to the Mule Soft Tutorials. This is Akash, and in this video we'll discuss about the batch processing. So to start with batch processing, we'll create one Mule project, file new Mule project. I'll say batch process dot proj. I'll click finish. So we have batch process dot proj, and then we have batch. Just type batch over here. You will see four elements for the batch. So basically why batch is required in Mule. Let's say I want to process a million records in Mule. So I can use batch. So that will be run in asynchronous, and we can also schedule the batch like after every 1 hour this run batch will run, or we can also trigger manually using API. So to start with, I will just drag one HTTP connector. I will configure this HTTP connector. Okay, now what I'll do, I will drag one batch. So we have batch, batch commit, batch execute, and batch step. I will drag one batch. So batches consist of basically three parts. One is the input, the second one is the process record, and third one is the output. That is the on complete. So in input, you will basically set up all the inputs required to execute that particular batch. Let's say if you want to initialize some variables, or you want to give some input to the particular batch process, you can do it over here in this input area. And then we have process records. So process records, we can divide our process record in different steps. So this is, let's say, batch step. We can add one more batch step. We can add one more batch step. So we have divided that our process into three batch steps. Let's say I'm trying to fetch something from the database, and I need to update something on database, and then need to restore that particular in some file, and then need to process something else. So I divided that my you can say my task into three different tasks, and for those three different tasks I added three batch steps. And now finally on complete, we'll get the report, like how many records got processed successfully, how many got failed, on which batch step it got failed. Okay, so we'll for now I will save this. What I will do, I will add one database connector. I will say plus MySQL database. I will say okay, and here I will write local host, username is root, and password is admin. Database is our test, the same one which we had test database. I can go over here. So this is my test database, and this is the table which I have person. Inside that we have two records, 123, 1234. And then we need to add one SQL driver. I will click on OK. I will select the SQL driver. I will do test connection. Okay, successfully done. Now I want to process those records. So first I will, let's say I will click on select. Here I need to provide the select statement. Let's say I want to select all the rows. So I will select name, comma, age from person table. So we have person table. I have selected the name and age from that person table. I will save it, and now I will use my batch execute to execute any of the batch. So this is similar to the flow reference. So this will refer to my batch process. I will save this, and here I will, let's say I want to add some logger, so I will add one logger over here. I will say input. I will say here step 1, step 2, step 3, and on complete on complete. I will save this. And at last, I will add one logger over here, which will give me the payload. Okay, I'll save it. So I created one batch with three steps, and then one is input, one is on complete, and then we have batch execute over here, and we have database over here. So I will just add one toggle breakpoints to let you know guys how batch process basically works. So I will run this as debug as Mule application. I'll say proceed. So still deploying on my local. So it's successfully deployed. I will go and hit HTTP localhost 881. Now it asks me to change the perspective. Now I'm in debug perspective. Right now the payload is null. Okay. Right now I'm in database connector. Inbound everything is over here, and session and record variables over here. I will say F6. Now we have two records. A is 23, name Sagar, A is 27, name Akash. Okay, now we'll go to batch execute. I will press F6. This will go over here. We'll prepare the input. I will press F6. So this comes to this logger. I will again press F6. This will go to the best. As I said that this is asynchronous, this will run in background. So I will say F6 again. Then for two times it will go because we have two records. Then second step, and in this on complete, just you can drag the payload. Failure on complete phase false, false, false. Failed record 0. Loaded records 2. Process records 2. And inside successful records 2. Total records 2. So in this way, we got a 2 records. So here you can say all records are successfully. Inside that, we have steps. So it's on step 0, you can see receive 2, success 2, failure 0. On 1, step 1, we have receive 2, successful, failure 0. Here we can say the analytics of the batch process. Here we have 2, successful 2, and failure 0. And I'll just say F6. This finished my thing. And here my process is got successfully. Here you can say the total record process 2, successful record 2, failure record 0. You can say, and then we have on complete, then step 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, and on complete, and 1, 1, and then the start of input. So in this way you can basically use the batch process to process higher number of record. And if you, as I said, record variable is one of the variable which we use in steps. So I can add this over here. So I will say set, I will say uh, record variable. Here I will add say Akash, or I can add anything if you want. Save it. So this will automatically deploy on my local. So record variable basically used in batch process. And press F6, F6, F6. So here you can check the record variable. You can say record variable is Akash. Here we can, if you want to override, we can override that variable. For now, it's not. So that's it for this video. You can practice this on more the batch processing, and we can do anything that you want to do with this batch processing to proceed like a large number of records, more than 1,000, 10,000, or million records. So thank you for watching this video. Bye.